All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, do me a quick favor. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon for post notifications when I drop new content. I promise you guys, it will be appreciated on my end. So let's get into this. We're talking Gervonta Tank Davis, the 135-pound WBA champion. Some people say that he is the face of boxing. Some people disagree. Some people say Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing. I guess it depends on who you are. People are going to have their, opinions about that. Right now, I would say personally, I think Canelo still has that title as the face of boxing. I think he's generating more, income as opposed to Gervonta Tank Davis. So let's talk about what's next for Gervonta Tank Davis. Is being reported here. It says that Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach on December the 14th is reportedly being planned to take place in Houston, Texas, according to Dan Raphael. I'm reading this off of Michael Benson's verified X page, guys. So quick disclaimer before I begin here. I am a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis. You guys know that. Well, some of you guys know that I actually watch the channel. But, I'm one of those channels that keep it real. I don't do a whole lot of fanboying. Even if I like you, I'm going to criticize you. I keep it 100 with you guys. I know there's a lot of channels out here that do the fanboying stuff and the spinning and, talking down on fighters just because they don't like them. I keep it funky, guys. I keep it funky and I keep it respectful to the fighters out there, even when I'm critiquing. So let's get into this. The fight. It's set to take place in Houston, Texas. I'm not so sure about that yet. So I would take it with a grain of salt because I'm looking at Gervonta's box rec here. And I don't see Lamont Roach Jr. up on here yet. So it could be one of those things where we don't know if it's happening or not. Maybe that's something they're throwing out there. Maybe to see if the fans are going to bite on it or if they're going to reject it. So keep that in mind. Now, I may just go to Texas and check this fight out if it does happen. I haven't been to Houston before. And I'm a big Gervonta Tank Davis fan. I think the last fight I went to of his was, of course, Ryan Garcia. I think that was the last fight. I also went to the Mario Barrios fight. And I didn't go to Hector Luis. I didn't go to Rolly's fight. But this would be the third time, if this fight takes place in Houston, that I've actually been to a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. But let's talk about it. I have my criticisms, guys. I have my criticisms of this fight. Let's pull up Lamont Roach here, guys, on BoxRec. He's 25-1, 10 KOs. He is a super featherweight. He's a super featherweight, guys. That means he has to go north to face Gervonta Tank Davis. And, I got a problem with that. I don't think at this stage in his career, these are the type of guys he should be fighting. The guy is a champion, but we've seen him already do this with Hector Luis Garcia. He came up to face Gervonta Tank Davis, and I guess he went back down to his regular weight class. So I'm not really feeling this. I have to criticize him for it. Is not becoming of a champion, in my opinion. A guy that's on his level, a guy that's, I wouldn't say just a champion, but a guy who is supposedly, in some circles, is the face of boxing. He should be fighting stiffer competition. And I say that a lot on this channel, with great, admiration should be great responsibility. You should expect to do more than others are doing. And Gervonta Tank Davis is one of those fighters. Now, in all honesty, I know Lomachenko is not available. He didn't want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. We know Shakur Stevenson has his issues right now. I think the best fight for him would have been, in my humble opinion, was Jose Valenzuela. I thought Jose Valenzuela was the one who actually deserved a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. I talked about that after his last win over Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He put on a boxing clinic in that fight. And I said, this is the guy, if anyone deserves a shot at Tank, it should be Jose Valenzuela. Let's look at Jose Valenzuela. He's 14-2, guys. Like I said, he's coming off of a big win over Isaac Cruz, capturing the 140-pound WBA title. He has 2 losses, of course, one to Edwin De Los Santos, one to Chris Colbert, which a lot of people thought he actually won that fight. They thought he got robbed, but he did come back and brutal knockout of Chris Colbert. So, you know, he has power. He has, I wouldn't say he has the best speed, but he does have a great boxing IQ, and I like this kid. I like this kid, and I think he'd be a tough competition for Gervonta Tank Davis. But it seems like they were going to go into negotiations, but Tank wanted to fight at 135, where then Jose would have to come back down to 135 to fight Tank. And honestly, you know, I really didn't expect Jose Valenzuela and his team to want to come back down to 135. They wanted to fight at 140. And honestly, I think the fight could have been at 140. You know, both of these guys have fought at 140 only once. So I know Gervonta, you know, is the, you know, he's the A side, but you've already fought at that weight class. Why, you know, drag him back down to 135 when you guys can fight in a weight class you've both fought at already? And you're the man, right? You are the man. So I don't understand why they would turn that fight down and then turn around and drag a guy up from 130 to fight him at 135. You know, I mean, think about it. You won't go up to face Jose Valenzuela, but you'll drag another guy up to face you. So, you know, think about that for a minute. You know, is that really fair? And in my opinion, no, I don't think that's really fair. And I think that would be a more interesting fight. I think a lot of people would clamor for that fight as opposed to Lamont Roach. But, you know, this is how it goes in the sport of boxing, guys. I talk about this a lot. You know, they're giving you guys a mediocre product, expecting you to come, expecting you to pay. And when you don't, they're looking like, well, what happened? Well, what happened is you're not giving us the fights we want to see. You're not giving us the fights we want to see, and that's why a lot of people like Turki Al-Sheikh, like I say all the time, because he expects, you know, the best competition to fight the best competition, and he's going to give you a big purse. You know, it's a win-win for the fighters, a win for the, you know, the boxing, you know, organizations, and a win for the fans. You know, that's what we want. We want great fights, and no slight on Lamont Roach. I just think, you know, he's not on the level of a Gervonta Tank Davis. And this is one of those fights. It's kind of like the fight with Canelo, his last fight, where we knew the outcome. We knew that Canelo was going to win that fight before it started. Even to the lead up, we knew that. And this is the same type of issue. We know Gervonta Tank Davis is going to win this fight. We want to see stiff competition. We want to see these fighters tested. We want to see these fighters tested. Don't just give us anything and expect us to come. I will come because I'm a boxing fan. I'm a pure boxing fan, and I want to support the fighters because, you know, I have a platform and I love the sport. But, you know, everyday, you know, casual fans aren't going to pay their hard-earned money to see a fight that, you know, doesn't really interest them. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. But we'll see if this is true or not. Like I said, it's not on his boxing rec. They may have been trying to test the waters. I know some people were giving Gervonta a little bit of heat on social media about his pick, but we'll see if things change. Maybe they, you know, might revisit the Jose Valenzuela equation, go up to 140, and give another title holder, a WBA champion, a shot at Gervonta Tank Davis. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about this fight. Are you feeling it? Are you not feeling it? Would you rather see Jose Valenzuela? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.